Last night, Channel 7 broadcast a report in which a former barmaid at Parliament House gave lurid descriptions of a sexual relationship with State Premier Mike Rann. The barmaid was married at the time. At a Labor fundraiser in October, her estranged husband allegedly whacked Mr Rann with a rolled-up magazine. The Independent Weekly has a statement received the morning after the fundraiser, quoting witnesses who heard the husband say to the Premier, "You remember my wife." We Press asked Mr Rann the following day if he knew what the husband was talking about. "No," he replied. This morning, that looks like a lie. Mr Rann's media machine is now in overdrive. Some reporters reporting this story were guests at Mr Rann's wedding. You normally invite best friends to a wedding. Over the weekend, some reporters reported unconfirmed, unsubstantiated reports that Seven paid her $200,000 for the interview. This morning, Mr Rann quotes those reports. In a statement, he says, "I am told she was paid an enormous amount." He doesn't say who told him. Read it in the papers, perhaps. Ex-Labor Senator, now lobbyist Nick Bolkus, repeats it. Kerry Stokes paid her 200 grand or thereabouts, he says. There's an implication that the more the pay, the more discredited the Speaker. If that's so, consider that MPs get paid more than most people. There's one question most people want answered. Mike, they want to know, did you have sex with that woman? This morning, he did not deny it. Can he survive the scandal? Kevin Foley, whose job as Treasurer depends on Labor winning the next election, spoke in support. Labor Minister Tom Koutsantonis, whose portfolio is allocated by the Premier, spoke in support. The Liberals said nothing. Silence is the Midas touch. You might have 1,000 reasons to get rid of Mike Rann. Labor nakedly getting into bed with developers who pay for the privilege. Labor's laws which can send people to jail on evidence less credible than we heard last night. Labor ministers standing in Parliament accusing people of criminal behaviour without a shred of evidence. Broken promises on the parklands, Cheltenham, social justice, work cover, political advertising, the misuse of public money, 1,000 reasons. But for his picadillos, we pay him to do a job. How he does that, that's the question. There are greater scandals in any government than sex on the desk, greater lies, and, dare it possibly be said, while everyone is sharpening the knife, as greater hypocrisy in the electorate as at Parliament over matters private.